Hello and welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss one-way analysis of variance. One-way analysis of variance is an extension of a two-sample t-test. We conducted two-sample t-test to compare the mean between two categories with respect to a particular metric variable. In ANOVA, what we are trying to do, we will compare the mean of a variable with more than two categories or three categories or more. So this is an extension of two-sample t-test, and let's recall the two pertinent questions with respect to every statistical test. Number one question, what is the purpose of the test? And second one, whether the data at our hand are sufficient for the test. The first question, the purpose of test, the purpose is to find out whether the mean value is equal across categories. What is the meaning of the mean value across categories? Let's say we have two variables here. One is, say, job satisfaction of employees. Other one, we have three categories of workers, those who have work experience from 1 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years, and 10 to 15 years. And when we load an ANOVA, what we are trying to see is whether the job satisfaction of employees is equal irrespective of their experience with the company or not. For that, we collect ANOVA. How can we do it? We can collect their job satisfaction or their perception on job satisfaction in a 7-point or 5-point scale and enter their data as such it has been generated from them and mark their professional categories, their duration of work experience with the company, and load ANOVA. So here in our variable of interest, we have one variable, that is the duration of internet usage. Previously, what we used, the internet usage, is a categorical variable. So that is nothing but we have converted this ratio variable into a categorical variable. And here we have only the ratio variable. As you can see from the data view, the duration of internet visit, we have categories 1, 2, 3, like that. We have categories here. And we have another question. This is not the duration, redefined. We have another one, the same question. We have here duration. This duration is how long have you been using CyberCafe. So this, what we have entered here, 12, 120, and so on and so forth. That means the exact value that they have expressed or that they have disclosed. So how will you find? Go to analyze, locate compare mean, since this is nothing but comparison, mean comparison test. Compare means, then from that locate one-way ANOVA. When we click on one-way ANOVA, we will get a window like that. In that one, in the dependent list, we have to load the duration that is in scale measurement. We have to load it here, dependent value. And what is a factor? The factor is nothing but income, that is factor. So having done this, let me ask one question. Have you ever thought of null hypothesis for this? The null hypothesis is nothing but there is no significant difference in the mean value across categories. What does it mean in our question or in the variables of interest? In our variables of interest, it is nothing but there is no significant difference in the average duration of internet visit across income categories. That means there are, from the previous example, we came to know that this income has 6 categories. From across the 6 categories, irrespective of their income category, the duration of internet cafe visit will remain same. That means every category may have equal experience or equal duration in visiting internet cafe. that is a null hypothesis. That we are going to test whether it is true or not. So we have loaded the required variables and we will click OK. Yes, this is the result we have got, ANOVA. What does it show? Let me magnify this. Okay, I got this one. So here, the first column is the between groups and within groups. Second column, sum of squares. Second one is degree of freedom, and mean square is this one. And we are interested only in this value in significance, that is 0.035. This 0.035 means implies that we have ample statistical evidence in this result to reject the null hypothesis. Let's recall null hypothesis, there is no significant difference. What does it mean? Since we are rejecting the null hypothesis, we can come to a conclusion that there is significant difference in the internet cafe visit. What does it mean exactly? It means that income influences, or income is an influential factor of deciding the duration of internet cafe. And just there may be two terminologies like between group and within group. What does it mean? Between group means the differences across the group. What is the meaning of across the group? Means the 6 groups. And what is this within the group difference? Means that the difference within a group. For example, let's say 10 employees in a company. These 10 employees can be grouped into 3 categories. So in first group there are 4, second group there are 4, and third group there are 2. Or otherwise, first group there are 4, second group there are 3, and third group there are 3. And we are comparing their average weight. And if their weight is to be, the average weight is to be equal, there should be differences within the group. If within the group their weights are equal, definitely there will be differences in the average weights across the categories. That is the implication of between group and within the group. And the significance value states that this is less than the threshold value of 0.05. So we can convincingly reject the null hypothesis. So we can reach a conclusion that income is an influential factor in deciding the duration of internet visit. Let me conclude what we have discussed in this one. We were discussing an important test statistic, that is F test, to examine whether the mean value across more than 2 categories would be equal or not.